Hello, my name is Mike Cubbage from Qualcomm Atheros at CES this year, Las Vegas 2014. What we're showing at the show is actually our smart gateway platform. And a lot of people have heard the term smart gateway before. It's been around for a long time. But I'm going to tell you why I think that we've created something that truly is a smart gateway and is going to add a lot of benefit to the end user. So what we've basically done is we've taken technology, chip technology from the mobile part of Qualcomm. And we've said, hey, look, they have wonderful processors, fast, power efficient, secure, all kind of that. And we're actually being able to dig into that bucket and basically pull one out that says, hey, look, we're going to create that same type of experience on the home side and actually put it into a gateway. So we're able to take what is now, get a little technical here, but a dual-core ARM processor, which our technology is called Crate. It runs at 1.4 gigahertz a core, and it has a networking subsystem that lets you offload a lot of the general traffic. Now, all that's fancy talk for, now you actually have a real platform to run apps, to run services, and to do a lot of things that are really beneficial for the end user, now that we have this extra processing power. So what we're going to do with that is we have multiple apps that we're showing at the show today that are actually running on the home gateway, and they make a lot of sense, and I'll kind of outline those very briefly. So one is called Stream Boost. What Stream Boost says is, hey, look, you're connecting a ton of different devices to your home broadband connection now. How can we make the experience better as you continue to add more devices? So what Stream Boost does is it detects all the different applications and devices running your network, knows exactly what a YouTube 360 needs versus YouTube 1080 versus a game versus a Skype call, and protects and basically traffic shapes bandwidth to make sure the user is getting the optimal experience. The second, and so basically what that does is create a much higher number of optimal experiences in the home. The second thing we've done is we've actually, and that's a Qualcomm app, by the way. The next thing we've done is we've actually gone out and partnered with third parties. So the first one is a company called Custodio that has a brilliant parental control application. Right now you actually have to download that on all the different devices in the home. Instead of doing that though, the router is perfectly positioned as it sees traffic going to all these different devices. We're actually going to run the Custodio, and we are running the Custodio parental controls on this internet processor on the smart gateway platform that says now I can actually control all the different devices in your home by running this application on the router. And you can actually manage by user too, so you can say, hey, Johnny has an iPad, an iPhone, and a tablet. I'm going to be able to set policies that manage him, or my daughter has this, or my wife has this, and you can actually manage the entire home via a cloud-based interface. The second thing we did is there's obviously a lot of discrete devices in the world that are network attached. We took a device called Pogo Plug, which lets you, it's a personal cloud that lets you access the information from anywhere, and we basically put that functionality directly on the router itself. So now, instead of having to buy a separate dongle, you're able to actually just load software onto the router itself and get the same functionality, and hopefully save yourself quite a bit of money on that. The last thing we're showing is basically a smart caching technology that's a partnership with a company called Akamai, and what they do is they actually are able to pre-position content. So let's say you watched a certain episode of a TV show, they will go ahead and maybe during off-peak hours download the second episode of that. And so when you start watching that second one, the content's actually pre-positioned locally for you, which means that you get much faster access to it. If there's any internet problems, you basically don't have to worry about that because the content is now pre-positioned locally. So kind of putting all of that together, we feel that we really do have the right platform for more and more apps. So these are just kind of a sampling. But what we hope in the future is we're able to create real momentum behind with the app developers and basically create a lot of great experiences for that home user. Again, taking advantage of the new IPQ processor, and the router's just fantastic position in the home, which again is seeing every single packet that basically moves around. So with those things, we think we're going to create a much better user experience, and that's basically what we're showing at CES this year.